Implementation Overview. How we help you to set up the evaluation. The first thing we ask you to do is identify a group of target learners. You will then complete the pre-assessment test with all the learners and then input the data into the What Word Teachers platform. The platform will then randomly allocate these into an intervention and comparison group. The intervention group will receive the intervention over the next 5 weeks, and the comparison group will continue as business as normal. Both groups will then complete the post-assessment task, which is the same as the pre, and then once the data is inputted into the What Word Teachers platform, it will generate an impact report to let you know how the intervention has worked in the context of your school. If it has proved successful, then you can then open this up to the comparison group. So planning. Let's look at this from a step-by-step approach. Step 1. Identify a group of target learners to participate in the evaluation from the same year group. Step 2. Identify 60 challenging words from the National Curriculum Guidance. These will be introduced by 15 new spellings over 4 weeks, and then select 20 of these words to use as your pre- and post-assessment task. This is the same 20 words. Step 3. Complete the pre-assessment spelling test with all learners. Record the marks in the Excel tracker, which is located in the resource folder, and input this into the pre-test on the trial wizard. Step 4. Using the trial wizard on the What Word Teachers platform, randomly assign learners to the intervention and comparison group. Step 5. The intervention group. Deliver the targeted intervention. Use your professional judgment to decide the frequency and log this in the process evaluation. The comparison group will continue with business as usual for the duration of the trial. And step 6. Complete the post-assessment spelling test, which is the same as the pre, with both the intervention and the comparison group. Record the marks in the Excel tracker, and then input this into the trial wizard. The intervention. So the spelling intervention focuses on year 4 or 5 pupils. The intervention is delivered by a teaching assistant in small groups that can be set as homework, and each session will take approximately 10 minutes. The Look, Say, Cover, Write check is a method of learning spelling where children study a word, say the word aloud clearly, pay attention to the spelling, cover it up with a piece of paper or their hand, write the spelling next to the original word, check their version and see if they got it right, write the correct spelling again if necessary. This version of the strategy emphasizes reading and saying the word aloud to help connect the written and spoken word. So how to select the spellings. Use the DfE National Curriculum, which includes guidance on the expected spellings. Use this to create your list of 60 words, which you will then select for the intervention, with 20 used for the pre- and post-assessment. And each week, learners will practice 15 new spellings using the strategy. In the resource folder, you will find a template to use if you want. And you'll also find a tracking spreadsheet which will allow you to link the anonymized student name on the platform to students that you select. So key considerations. Logistical issues need to be considered before using a targeted spelling strategy as an intervention. Is there a suitable time for the delivery in the school day? Is there a suitable location? Supervision. Do you have sufficient TAs to deliver the intervention? Reminders on the day of the intervention. Resources, can you print off templates in advance of the sessions if these are used? And then will you link this to any rewards in your school? So logistical barriers are common in any intervention delivered in schools, so it's just important to consider these prior to starting. So moving on to the assessment, the outcome measure is attainment as defined by the pre and post spelling test. The assessment is marked out of 20 and is the same for both the pre and the post assessment. As both the comparison and intervention groups receive the same assessment, familiarity with this should not bias the effect. An assessment guidance, complete the assessment with the test conditions, allow approximately 10 to 15 minutes for the assessment, provide an example of each word and a sentence for each spelling, and then make sure you record the pre and post assessment scores on your tracking spreadsheet and then on the What Word Teachers platform. So that's the end of your implementation guidance. The next thing to do is to download the research protocol, your resource folder, and then start your trial wizard.